Hey my Suga Bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo? All right, y'all. So we are back. So I got some stories here lined up that I did want to get into. Y'all like the new design? Stay bougie, feminism for the soul. I love the new design. I did it myself. I know it may not be up there with everybody else, but I'm really happy about it and I like it. So that's all that really matters. All right, so let's get into it. So the first story that I got is Sean P. Diddy Combs. I think he is going by the name Sean Love or something right now, but it's a story by Complex. And I thought I'm really over talking about the Sha'Carri Richardson and her not going to the Olympics anymore. Let me go back. I didn't mean to do that. Her not going to the Olympics anymore. It's like, okay, it's over. It's done with. The decision has been made. A rule was broken, but I wanted to talk about this part of it because this was a different layer of it. So a lot of celebrities, rightfully so, have came out to support her because we still should support her. But at the same time, I'm still going to call things out, and that's just what I did in my video. But Diddy is also supporting, and so I just wanted to get into what he had to say. It's a nice picture of Diddy. Diddy has weighed in on a controversy surrounding the 30-day suspension of Sha'Carri Richardson, who will not be competing in the Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for THC. In his first statement, shared to both Twitter and Instagram on Wednesday, Diddy said his heart was broken for Richardson, whose lifelong dream had been stripped away for using a legal substance. First correction, it's not even federally legal here, right? So it's legal in certain states, right? And so that's why that decision to hear a certain case, I think it was 2 weeks ago from the Supreme Court, was they're acknowledging, well, it's legal in states, so it's not legal federally. They will keep treating our athletes like a legal substance. He also criticized those responsible for insinuating the type of rules that would result in someone being suspended for simply using marijuana. I'm tired of white people sitting in a room making up decisions that affect our hopes and dreams, he said. They will keep treating our athletes like slaves and entertainment until we shut down on these people. This is the annoying part. Like, this is annoying. This is annoying as fuck. Because I think, and it's so hard because it's like this girl is at the center, and so for me, my commentary is not centered around her, but it's centered. I'm more focused on the like bigger picture, but also like the message that we're trying to put out with these young kids. And I think the message is wrong to say that there's a rule in place and try to make it like a social black injustice issue if someone breaks a rule. This rule doesn't say if you're black and you smoke weed, you will get suspended, and as if those saying white people don't have that same rule in place. So I don't like trying to intertwine this into like some big great social march or social matter, because I think that's wrong. I think there should be rules and stuff like that, and you should follow them. And I've broken rules before, but there's real life repercussions for breaking those rules. And so when you see someone try to take something and try to conflate it into like a social rights issue, that's a problem. Like, and it's not helping. Like, I was on Facebook earlier today, and I have somebody on my Facebook, and I'll share it with you guys. I'm gonna read it to you. I'm not gonna pull it up on the screen, but a friend of my Facebook, I guess he owns a company, or the company he works for is having problems with trying to hire people. And hold on. And so he wrote this morning, our education system in this country needs to be refined. I have a couple 19-year-old men who work for me. They are nice enough kids, and they be nice and sweet sometimes, but they can't work a 4-hour work week, okay? Cannot do it. It is beyond their comprehension. They have no concept of carrying their load. Good enough is just that, enough. I see no drive, no determination, just young men thinking they are asked too much of. We have a problem. Everyone is looking to hire, but when we hire individuals that have never had to earn their place before, we are met with underwhelming returns. If you're a parent, I urge you to hold your son or daughter accountable for things now, not let school be the moral compass, or else they will be the reason the service sucked. The last time you patronized your favorite restaurant, be the change you want to see. I've been saying this for the past couple years and talked about my personal work experiences, and it's always like the generation that are in their 20s, and for me they're probably now from when I was in working office jobs, from like if they were younger than me and they were in like 20s to 30s. I'm not gonna say 20s to 30s. It was really, really, really bad. And I can't say, oh, that's because they're so young. I was just that age. And it's just really bad. Like, I remember one time, because of course, I'm in my 30s now, so I'm going to work and I'm taking notes, I'm putting effort, I'm trying my hardest, because early bird gets the worm and all that other stuff. You got to try hard, you got to do the like as a black woman, you go to work and you try to prove yourself. Most of the time, you're going to do 3 times as much. I promise you, I'm going to work doing my best and trying to put my best foot forward, and you'll have these young girls not even want to take a notes, think I'm their fucking encyclopedia, want me to be open and available to when they need me. Be damned if I have my own shit to do. Be a team player. But they don't put the effort into knowing and doing their job. But you got to show that you're a mammy-like ass person, and that you're going to get someone your titty at work, when you trying to do your own thing and live your life. So I got to live my life, do my own thing, glow for me and you. It's not how it works. And I found that to be like my experience. So when I shared his post earlier, I captioned it and I said, it's amazing how I'm out of touch and doing too much for saying the same shit. Some of y'all with kids in their 20s, y'all kids suck. And as far as I see it, you suck with them. And that's really how I feel. I've never seen so much entitlement. And it started when y'all think everybody should be rewarded. Some people are better than other people. That's a fact of life. Some people outshine other people. That's a fact of life. Some people get more attention than other people. That's a fact of life. But trying to somehow create this universe where that's not the reality, and as if though you're trying to the flatten the surface to make people feel comfortable, that's just not it. You're going to always be in a room and someone's going to always be dressed better than you. That's me included. You're going to always be in a classroom, and a lot of times they're going to be people who are smarter than you in your class. That's a part of it. If it doesn't motivate you to do better, be that positive motivation, that's what it's supposed to do. But there's always going to be someone better than you. And so when we have society trying to tell these kids, everyone is the same and no one's that person is better than you because they work hard at and they do what they're supposed to do. People who have thousands and thousands of views on their videos, you know what? They have more. They have more underneath their belt than me. They're accomplishing more than me. They are reaping the benefits of it. Because you know why? Because they do more. That's the reality of fucking life. It's not to come up with your saddest lifetime ass story. It's not to come up with your saddest lifetime ass story. You get what I'm saying? And think that's your excuse throughout life for not showing up and being mediocre and expecting some type of reward. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so I'm going to get back into the article. But I'm not trying to be funny. And I'm not trying to, I'm really not trying to be funny, but, all right, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I really hope she was genuine. I really hope Sha'Carri was genuine with putting all her business out here in these streets about her family and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I think sometimes people be knowing they have did something, so they be serving you that lifetime story. I'm going to be completely honest. I'd be too ashamed to tell my personal lifetime story shit. That's just me personally. But I got one, right? So I tell my story in my different ways, right? I may drop something here and there. You know what I'm saying? Little pieces of bullshit. But I don't know how to get in front of these white folks and be like, the life, and I don't know how to do it. So he also criticized those responsible for instituting the type of rules that would result in someone being suspended for simply using marijuana. I like how he casually says that, but in his mind, he thinks it's legal, right? But also, I think other thing that people have to realize, the Olympic organization is an international organization. And even where I talked about it being legal in some states, that has nothing to do with an international organization. So now Sean, P. Diddy Love, or whatever you want to call yourself this week, and so now we should now project how we feel about things on this international organization, even though that's their rules. Now, what about this international organization? Do you think they are discriminating against black people, black Americans specifically? Because it seems as though, is it only black Americans, or maybe some UK, or maybe the West Indies? Is it only us who aren't, able to pass the drug test? The black Americans? Is it only us, Diddy? I have questions, Diddy. Is anybody else having problems with passing the drug test? Because, even the white athletes smoke weed. But you know what, Diddy? This is where it comes to personal accountability and responsibility. All she had to do, like anybody who wants to smoke weed, they don't even have to change the rules. But you should have that much self control. And this is not about her because she said why she did it, but most in general, people have enough self control for 2 whole weeks, right? Because that's how long it's in your blood, your system. So you know what? Take 16 days just to be on the safe side of things. You mean for 16 days you can't stop smoking marijuana for your actual competition? Because they have dates where they know they're going to compete and then be drug tests after that. So they're quite aware of when the drug testing is going to be ramped up. So now you want to make this a social issue? I'm sorry. I just can't get with it. I'm sorry. So let's get back. Later, Diddy, in a self-described effort to be absolutely clear about where he stands on the issue, pointed to the history of oppressive marijuana policies and their detrimental effects on black people. So many of our brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, and sons are rotting in jail for marijuana, and just not to, and just, and it's just not right. Diddy said. Now to see them using this against a young black woman, this is that is on the edge of her greatness, all because some white man decided to make it illegal, is shameful. At the end of his second statement, Diddy mentioned Michael Phelps, who faced his weed focused non scandal back in 2009. Some, however, have not noted that the respective timelines for those headlines generating non scandals make the two incidents not easily comparable, as others have argued. Regardless, the point stands: THC showing up in someone's system should not disqualify them from competition. See, this is what I don't like, when someone has just like a limited grasp of history, and when they try to again take every little thing that happens and turn it into like a white man, black man, and what has happened in this country. Because again, this is an international organization. Okay, it just is. In 2009, where the what the country felt about weed and to what they felt about weed now is different. I don't know. I just don't think this is the argument to be having, or trying to do this with it. Now, if you want to make the argument when you talk about reform, prison reform, and due to sentencing around drug related charges, oh, there's plenty out here that like there's real things happening, Diddy. So maybe you do need to educate yourself. I know for a fact Ayanna Presley, um, prison reform. I seen it on my timeline one day. Prison sentencing, drugs. Let's see what we get. Okay, so here we go. So you want to talk about prison reform, because there's work being done to do to fight back some of the harms that was done through the '94 crime bill. So November 14, 2019. This is an article on Boston.com. Ayanna Presley released a sweeping vision for criminal justice reform. Okay? Representative Ayanna Pressley is unveiling what she categorized as the most progressive and comprehensive plan for overhauling the legal system. In a resolution Thursday, the Massachusetts Congresswoman outlined her vision, which includes abolishing the death penalty, solitary confinement, and money bail, and decriminalizing low-level crimes that she says are the byproduct of poverty. Our resolution calls for a bold transformation of the status quo, devoted to dismantling injustices so that the system is smaller, safer, less punitive, and more humane, Presley said in a statement. Similar to the Green New Deal resolution introduced at the beginning of the year, Presley's resolution, the People's Justice Guarantee, provides a broad framework of general policy and goals, but instead of climate change, it targets mass incarceration and disproportionately negative effects the system has on low income and minority communities. So, I mean, I bring this up because, like, I see what he's trying to say, but he ain't saying it and he's not using the right examples. And it is most definitely being worked on. And if you want to speak to prison reform and low-level crimes and drug-related charges that are for non-violent offenders, yes, speak to that. Say that. I mean, there's tons of stories out there that you can speak to, but this ain't it. And it's sad that you're making this girl think, or and teenagers in the world think, especially in the United States and Black Americans think that this is a social issue, that people are coming down on them in society if there's a rule in place that says you can't smoke weed. It's the same rule for every fucking body. All right, here's his statement. I'm not reading that again. Said from love with love. It's just people kill me. Said with love. I mean, y'all get mad at Monique. Y'all get mad at anybody saying anything. So it just is what it is. So y'all gonna get mad at me too. I don't give a fuck. Don't come over here if you too sensitive and you don't want to hear no real shit, because I'm gonna be giving it up that way. Earlier this week, Richardson, who has also received support from Cardi B. Okay, Cardi B, a drug dealer herself, allegedly out here. I said it in the video. Like, you're going to have to get better co-signers. You're going to have to get better. You know how, like, if y'all know me, like, I'm real, like, I'm going to say some shit. Like, I remember some niggas try to come from me in my own city. You're going to have to get different, better niggas. And that's how I feel. Like, she gonna need better cosigns on this. Because Cardi B and even Diddy his damn self with all his scandal, like, come on. If you need more people, you need more solid people. She said, I just know what I have to do moving forward in my career, she said Wednesday. I wish her the best of luck. I mean, I wish the conversation would move off of her because, again, she's one person. She's not responsible for all the children, all the young adults her age. But at the same time, you got to call it out. We can't all just pick selectively because someone maybe you would go to the club with them. I guess Cardi B thinks somebody gives a fuck about going to the club with her or going out with her. But she was just like, Sha'Carri is someone who I'd want to hang out with. And it's like, okay. But how do you know you're somebody that everybody else want to hang out with? And that's that presumption that just because people like your music that they would like your company. Or they would like to hear what you think or your thoughts. Like, and it's not the same thing, hon. I love me some Bodak Yellow, but baby, hey, a night at home around the fire, sitting around friends and talking about life and everything going on in politics and just philosophy and all this other stuff. I don't think you're on that guest list for me, and I don't care. That's what they do with your money. So for you, some of the shit you say be crazy, but girl, you need more co-signers, better ones, and these ain't it. These are very not solid ass people. All right, so you know how we do over here. We gonna keep it bougie and keep it posh. But yeah, y'all like the new Yeah, I like my little new screensaver. I'm getting used to all this stuff. Look, I think it's dope. It is what it is. You don't have to like it. I do. Y'all keep it bougie. Y'all keep it posh. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. I don't bite back unless you want me to. interacting with me, what I need to let y'all know, I'm cool. I'm cool like the other side of the pillow. You know, I don't jump out the bag. I don't do any of that unless you do. I handle people how they want to be handled. If I'm in a Republican room, if I'm in a Democratic room, if I'm in a N-word room and niggas is acting like niggas, I'm going to be a nigga because it's easy. I get into it. Or if we're in a different type of room and you know we're on our pink pill shit and we're just kicking and talking, and then it's a different Jackie Nicole. You know what I mean? It all depends on you, and I am okay with that. All right, we out.